episode of the Onion SportsDome is next on Comedy.
If you were watching anything else but SportsDome right now, don't worry, because SportsDome is on.
That Afghanistan special report, skip it. That House Hunters marathon, watch it later.
You watch that show, Marky?
I like watching them pick the houses.
Oof. No need for hunting tonight. Your home is in the dome. Get into it.
Tonight in the Dome, Chad Ochocinco's been fined for some introspective self-criticism.
Derek Jeter announced he'll be donating his sportsmanship to children when he dies.
And the NAACP's protesting Kenyon Martin's harmful depiction of himself.
SportsDome is taped before a studio audience, and the tape is thrown out so we can do it alone and live. Prepare yourself. Come on in. Make yourselves at Dome.
Nice.
I'm Alex Reiser. You may know this man as Mark Shepard.
Well, man, I am fired up for this Dome. Just slammed a tube of fun, one of those Bulls Milk energy drinks, and they work.
Love anything that gets you ticking, Marky.
Yeah.
We got some big NFL news to get to. Raiders owner Al Davis has fired Hugh Jackson and kickstarted Oakland's rebuilding process by hiring the team's next 3 coaches.
The team introduced the trio at a press conference earlier today, announcing Dennis Green as the team's next coach. He'll then be replaced after his first season by Panthers defensive coordinator Ron Kopic, who will then be succeeded by Mike Martz. Kopic spoke at a press conference today.
I want to thank Mr. Davis for this opportunity to eventually replace Dennis Green. I promise to bring toughness back to the Raiders until I'm fired.
We're joined by the guys from NFL HQ, Doc Webb, and former NFL coach Mike Kremer, here to hash it out between the hash marks. Doc, you like the trio they're bringing in here?
Yeah, I love the coaches, but not the order. And I've gone with Kopic first, then Martz, then Green, then in 2014 rehire Kopic.
No, Kopic's too unproven to be first in the line of 3 coaches. And he's just the kind of disciplinarian the Raiders will need to tear down and rebuild everything Dennis Green establishes.
Right, but by the time he gets to Martz, Al Davis will be paying early termination clauses for Green and Kopic. Doc, the question is, are they worth all that money?
Sure, but when 2013 rolls around, Davis is going to want to win right now. He needs a plan in place for when he tears through all those other coaches and sues them from breach of contract.
Now, Coach, I see that head shaking again.
No, look, if I'm Al Davis investing that much money in 3 head coaches, then I want all 3 as head coach at the same time. One of them's bound to do something right.
Davis followed up the press conference with a statement, reading, "These disasters will be a disgrace to the name of the Oakland Raiders. I look forward to firing them."
So Davis already looking for a new coach. And, Coach, your name has already been tossed around.
Oh, yeah, I'll be on a list of guys to replace Martz as Kopic's replacement, but ultimately they'll go with Art Shell.
Well, we'll be glad to keep you, Coach.
Well, thanks. At the very least, I'll get a nice steak dinner out of it.
Doc, Mike, great stuff.
Remember, you can follow all things silver and black at OnionSportsNetwork.com. Hey, and while you're riding the Wi-Fi, maybe swing by my blog, The High Rise. It's all riser all the time.
I thought they had an intern writing that.
Nope, probation's up. I can post whatever now.
Well, that would worry me a little bit more if I were not absolutely maxed on Bulls Milk. Hey, we are just getting blitzed by some sports now. Sadly, former Kentucky Derby winner Rocky Top has collapsed at Bixby Downs Racetrack with a broken front leg. We're looking at footage from just a few minutes ago at the Stapleton Derby.
Always terrible to see.
Rocky Top was expected to fetch millions in stud fees from breeders, so of course everyone is doing all they can now to save at least some of his valuable sperm before he dies.
We're at the scene right now. The vets are heading into the tent where we're told they will begin to manually masturbate that horse.
Okay, this is Rocky Top's owner Marcia Fielding seeing the horse fall. Wow. You see the shock, and then you see her calling for the veterinarians here.
Everyone moving very fast now. Now, Mark, with an injury this severe, you only have a few hours at the most before the horse goes into shock. After that, it can't get an erection, so you got to start jerking off that horse ASAP to get the sperm.
Right, and there are the vets with the lubricant running out.
Just absolutely awful.
Okay, well, we wish them luck getting that horse off one last time.
Yes, indeed. Tough scene. To baseball now. After failing to find a way out of Alfonso Soriano's huge guaranteed contract, the Cubs decided to put their well-compensated slugger on a vigorous off-season program, including shark wrangling, knife juggling, and skydiving without a parachute.
The Cubs released a statement today saying we'll continue testing the limits of what his expensive body can do unless he retires or waives the final 4 years of his contract, of course. For more on this, let's send it to Melissa Wells, your favorite, my favorite, everybody's favorite, and that is not the Bulls Milk talking. I just think she is a super lady, and I want to hear everything she has to say, and she is our favorite.
Okay, thank you. Soriano is out of the hospital again after being gored by a bull last week during a Cubs-approved workout. Now, Chicago wants to get the most out of this guy that they still owe $72 million to, but is this the right way to do it?
Absolutely. They've got a full medical team working with him. He has to learn to trust their judgment. If running across a highway at rush hour will help build up that leg stamina, he needs to be out there running across that highway.
Okay, but after this last trip to the hospital, Soriano said, quote, "I don't want to train anymore. I'm afraid for my life. Someone is putting poison in my food."
That sounds like an excuse to me. Look, he's got a nutritionist. Nobody's giving Soriano poison unless the Cubs think it's best for him.
Okay, but what more do the Cubs need to do to get Soriano ready to go by April?
Well, they have to improve his reflexes. That's why they're getting him started on a regimen of fast-twitch bullet dodging. The Blue Jays tried something similar with Vernon Wells, shooting him into the sun in the hopes that he'd acquire some sort of superpowers to offset his diminishing skill set, but the rocket misfunctioned. He crashed into Anaheim. The Angels picked him up. Worked out for everyone.
All right, Grant, thank you very much. Back to you guys.
This SportsDome baseball segment was brought to you by Bull's Milk Energy Drink. Bull's Milk. Drink from the udder of a Taurus.
Hey, dust off the turntable, put on some Stevie Winwood, because we are back in the highlights again. Raptors at Bobcats earlier tonight. Turns out nobody bothered televising it, so no video highlights. But we've got a man on the phone who claims to have been at the game, Douglas Cobb. You with us?
Hey, I'm here, guys.
Doug, Raptors Bobcats, why were you there?
Well, I got some free tickets from my work, and I didn't have any other plans.
All right, to the highlights, Doug. First quarter.
Okay, well, both teams played pretty bad. That big white guy on the Raptors?
Got to narrow it down there, Doug.
The center.
Andrea Bargnani.
Yeah, he had an okay dunk.
Doug, who brought it tonight?
I didn't really recognize a lot of the players.
All right.
Moving ahead to the third now.
This guy on the Raptors throws up a shot, and it almost went in.
We go to the fourth.
I left after the third because I had to get up early, but I think the Bobcats were up by a lot.
And there's your final. Bobcats take it, probably. Douglas Cobb, thanks for being there.
Okay, guys.
All right, on to grade school trauma. Millwood, New York, fifth grader Jeff Lilly trying to hide the fact he's wearing a windbreaker with no shirt underneath.
Gonna need a complete performance to avoid embarrassment. That is weird.
Didn't ask to be put in this spot. Mom dressed him in a hurry this morning, but Jeff's a gamer. Off to a strong start. Gets through the morning without any eye contact whatsoever. No chance for anyone to ask about the windbreaker.
Nothing fancy, just looking to grind this one out.
But we skip ahead to lunch, and a scary moment here. Jeff gets ketchup right on the windbreaker.
That's not coming off.
Big turning point here, just ends up making things worse. But he improvises, changes the way he holds his backpack to hide the stain.
Great adjustment on the fly, Bucko, acting like he's always held it that way.
But things really start to unravel in Mr. Haber's science class. Let's listen in.
Jeff, are you cold?
No.
Oh, that is a big mistake.
Why don't you take your jacket off and stay a while?
Mental error there. Should have just said yes. Mr. Haber asked him to remove the jacket. That's all she wrote.
Never gonna live that down.
Just couldn't hang on. High school can't come soon enough.
I wish I said I was cold so I wouldn't have to take it off.
I once wore a Bill Starter jacket with nothing under, but that was to a naughty 90s party.
Not a thing wrong with that. I'm going to down a little bit more liquid gusto, but there's still plenty more Dome to circumnavigate on this Sportspedition.
Plenty more sports to plunder. See you on the other side, Dome-Cateers.
Hi. Welcome. We got a bunch of Bull's Milks all around, everybody. Okay.
Before the Jonas Brothers, before Hanson, two siblings changed pop music forever with their catchy riffs and irresistible good looks.
I'm Yash Schmengi. And I'm Stan Schmengi. Hey, let's dance.
SCTV is on the air. Weekends on Comedy.
Simki's Green Suspenders. Hey!
I live for the big hit.
Yeah, baby!
That's why I love the big hit of chocolate I get from Kit Kat Chunky. Oh, living the dream, Frank! When I'm on a break and a chocolate craving hits, nothing beats a Chunky.
Yes!
Oh! That's a lot of chocolate.
Awesome!
Crispy wafer and a big hit of chocolate. Have a break. Have a Kit Kat Chunky.
So is it a pretty tight-knit culture here?
Oh, yeah, we are extremely close.
Come here. Come on. Sit. Oh, you are such a good boy. You want to give me a kiss? You're gonna give me a big kiss, a big wet kiss? Yes, you are.
I'm not a big kisser.
Sorry, we let the staff bring their dogs in.
Oh, I've got a Great Dane.
See beyond the job posting. Get an inside view of what makes each employer unique. Workopolis, time to shine. So it's your night to cook and everybody in your family wants something different. Well, I can show you how to spend less time in this cage called a kitchen and more time helping your son out with his art project.
Nice drawing, Jeremy.
Thanks, Dad.
It's called finger cooking. Just go to bostonpizza.com. With over 100 menu items, everybody gets what they want. Come on, guys, let's give cooking the finger.
At bostonpizza.com.
I got a hall pass.
A what?
1 week off from marriage.
To get your hall pass, enter for your chance to win a getaway trip for 2 to Caesars Atlantic City.
Wow.
Including 2 nights, dinner, limo service, and a VIP nightclub package.
You can't get any bigger! Look at this!
Plus, in-room breakfast while recovering from your adventure.
It's amazing!
You could also win a Hall Pass prize pack, including passes to see the film. Log on to hallpassmovie.ca for full details. Hall Pass, in theaters everywhere, February 25th.
Get in on the action with paint. Paint up your man's zone with a badass logo. You'd better bring your thick brush. This ain't your daughter's paint. Make your backyard a sports zone with some sick paint. It's not sports unless your walls are covered in paint. Take your best cut. This is some major league paint. With Corin, it's just you, the game, and paint.
We're back, you're back, everything's right with the world.
Still grooving on that energy blast, huh, pal?
In a huge way. Emailed 50 friends from high school over the break, getting a lot done. Got to give the credit to the juice.
Stay cool, Marky.
Okay.
Hey, Domers, every great nation has an anthem, and now OSN Nation is no different.
Tonight we unveil OSN, for the love of sport eternal, the official anthem of our great network.
You can put your hand over your heart and feel the pride whenever you hear this tune.
And who better to be the beautiful voice of our beautiful network than the anchor of Sister Sledge, the singular Kathy Sledge, joining our OSN family tonight.
Break it off from the rest of the Sledges for a while doing her own thing. We snapped her right up.
Indeed. But first, a look at Grammy-winning composer Brian Lessing working out the chorus in his home studio.
Oh, the round balls, they will bounce, and the sneakers, they will squeak. OSN, we stand strong, and we bring sports to the weak, the weak.
Okay, we've got another Sports Now update coming to us live from the Stapleton Derby. Our own David Marlette was calling the race over on OSN Equine, and he joins us now. David?
Some very good news here, guys. Rocky Top has ejaculated. I'm here with lead veterinarian Jason Schreier, who has been vigorously masturbating Rocky Top since he collapsed.
Hello.
Thanks for joining us, Dr. Schreier.
Sure.
Can you tell us how much semen have you collected so far?
Only about a quarter cup. Rocky Top's in a lot of pain, and the position he landed in makes it very difficult to get a good grip on his penis, but we're hoping for more.
Now, we heard reports that Rocky Top broke several ribs in the fall. Is that true?
Yes, so if we move him, like to get more elbow room, we run the risk of puncturing his lung and killing him. As they say, you can't get sperm from a dead horse, so we have to be very careful.
What's going through your head as you're stroking the horse's shaft?
You just stay focused. You know, there's a lot of hope riding on your ability to jerk off the horse, a lot of money.
Of course.
But once you're in the tent, it's really just you, the horse, and his gigantic erection, and your training just takes over. And you're mainly thinking, keep pumping, keep pumping.
Well, we appreciate you taking time out to speak with us. I know you want to get back to masturbating that horse. Alex, Mark.
All right, thanks, David. Man, to be a racehorse, huh, Mark?
Ooh, I can make a lot of money.
Just give me the Felicity box set. I'd never have to work again.
Yeah, okay. Domers, what if the best basketball player in the world isn't even playing the sport? Mark Howell takes us inside the bench with the story of one man, one game, and one great big heap of potential.
The Store & Fitness Center in Hartford, Connecticut is a small, unassuming place, hardly where you'd expect to find the next great undiscovered NBA superstar. But according to regulars at the gym, this tall black man could be ready to give Kobe and LeBron a run for their money.
When you see him, you're like, whoa, he looks exactly like all the NBA guys on TV. When he picks up a barbell, you think he's gonna dunk it.
He was in the pool, and I just figured he was Chris Paul or some other player rehabbing a knee injury or something.
Though he seems content to mill around among the gym's regulars, all it takes is one look at his 6'4", 200-pound frame to see he has all the tools to be a dominant slashing combo guard for an NBA team. Despite his obvious talent, no one has ever seen him set foot on a basketball court.
Hey. Hey, up for some hoops? Huh? You like playing point, or are you more of a forward? No thanks. Come on, you can teach me a thing or two. Sorry, I don't play.
But why? How can he let his enormous potential, clear to anyone who sees him at the gym or even in passing at the neighborhood bank, go to waste? Lured by tales of his likely skills, scouts flock to Hartford to see this raw phenom who towers above everyone in the cafeteria at his commercial brokerage firm. And draft boards are lighting up, many pegging the tall black man as a lottery pick. And youngsters everywhere are already emulating the tall black man's humble greatness. Who's your favorite player?
The tall black man.
And how does he shoot it?
He's like, I told you I don't play.
And so the tall black man continues working out here, physically so close to becoming a legend, but mentally, he remains so far away.
I thought I told you last night. Get the hell away from me.
From inside the bench, I'm Mark Howell.
I'd pay money to watch that guy dunk.
Ooh, you know he can sky, right?
Yep.
But if he tries to flush on me, I'd be like, no way, pow, and laugh at him. What? Okay, I'm gonna run off a few studio laps, but plenty more gold to mine in this dome.
Including the Arena Football League folds and will be remarketed as a Nickelback single. Take a listen after the break. And he's off.
Wrap it up, boys, while I'm still young. 2 hours till bedtime. Let's move it.
Ooh.
You do your own stunts, right?
Well,
Good enough.
Your favorite movies right when you want them. Watch unlimited movies and TV episodes instantly through your game console or other devices. All for only $8 a month from Netflix.
They know they have guns, right?
Listerine Total Care, doing it all in one bottle. It will help maintain healthy gums, strengthen tooth enamel, reduce plaque, help keep teeth white, kill germs that cause gingivitis, and freshen your breath. Listerine Total Care, the all-in-one mouthwash.
There are better ways to refresh your skin after shaving. Keep your sensitive skin feeling cool with Nivea for Men Aftershave Balm. What men want. And look for the complete sensitive line from the #1 men's skincare brand.
Every once in a while, a film comes along that inspires people everywhere.
You could do it. You needn't be governed by fear.
This year, that film is The King's Speech. Audiences have found their voices.
It made me hope. Even now, I'm getting goosebumps thinking about it.
It's a human story, friendship.
You're peculiar. I take that as a compliment.
Every one of the characters had to face their own challenge, and we all have had to do that.
The film is about finding the courage to take the next step in life.
Listen to me! Why should I waste my time listening? Because I have a voice! Yes, you do.
Phenomenal movie, touches across all generations.
The King's Speech is a movie that can speak to anyone.
I don't know how to thank you, my friend.
The most celebrated and acclaimed film of the year is now the most nominated, with 12 Academy Award nominations, including Best Picture of the Year.
It's time.
The King's Speech, now playing.
Let me tell you, this is your lucky day.
Because funny never goes out of style.
Oh, this is different.
There's a channel where TV's timeless hits
This is great.
Fabulous.
and classic movies
Pretty good, huh? Very nice.
shine.
Well, you're gonna love it.
Well, let's check it out.
Comedy Gold. Enjoy a free preview all of February.
Ooh.
Here? 2-1, we'll do it.
Want some more sports? You've come to the right dome. How you doing there, Marky?
Crashing hard. I think I do need another energy drink because my mouth is clammy right now.
Some NBA news now. The Knicks made a big splash last night, managing to abduct the Spurs' Tony Parker in a daring raid just before the NBA kidnapping deadline.
Parker was by far the biggest name of the night, which saw 6 NBA players changing teams after being snatched by squads of team-hired thugs.
Parker was tricked by Knicks big man Amare Stoudemire, who told Parker the two of them were attending a nightclub in a white van he had rented. Assistant GM Jerry Andrews talked about the team's new acquisition at a hastily assembled press conference earlier today.
Tony's got the toughness you need to play in the Eastern Conference or to fight past a rag full of ether. He doesn't know the meaning of the word stop biting and go to sleep.
Man, it's good to have him, but I hope we kidnap his family too so he stays motivated.
We've got NBA insider David Belling with us. David, the Knicks finally got Parker bound and gagged in the back of a service van. That's a great pickup for them.
Oh, yes, gentlemen. The Knicks are trying to show they're turning things around.
In years past, they let the deadline go by without even tailing a guy like Parker to his house and watching him from a parked car for hours.
Finally something to cheer about at MSG.
That's right.
It wasn't a successful deadline for everyone. No one kidnapped Elton Brand, even though the Sixers left him out in plain sight.
That's right. Too bad for them. But the deadline to bake players into a large cake and ship them to other teams still hasn't passed. That's how the Clippers just stuck the magic with Baron Davis.
All right, David, thanks. Great report out of you. Always a great report out of you. You're one of my favorite analysts, and I want you to know that.
In total agreemo. But total disagreemo on what the Clips did with Baron. You can't bake all your problems into a cake and send them to your enemies.
Well, sometimes you got to eat your problem cake, and guess what? That time is now. Tick-tock, take a bite.
All right, Melissa Wells has some big news from the world of sports hydration. Wellesley, you've been doing your dome work.
Today marked the official release of Gatorade B-Force, the first line of beef designed specifically to provide hydration to athletes. The product was introduced at an unveiling earlier today.
We're taking beef out of the dining room and putting it where it belongs, on the court, on the track, on the field. We're bringing beef into the 21st century. B-Force is a high-performance meat for high-performance athletes.
B-Force is the first beef product marketed specifically as a performance food and has all the taste and hydration of Gatorade in a convenient slab of red meat.
We're offering B-Force in all forms. B-Force burgers, B-loaf, B-jerky. Now, the jerky's great because you can chew and suck on it during competition and stay on your game.
Gatorade's livestock technicians produce B-Force by infusing cattle with the proprietary blend of electrolytes via Gatorade's patented 3I system, which stands for ingestion, injection, and immersion. Gatorade plans to follow the release of B-Force meat line with B-Force Wet, the first hydrating beef ever available in liquid form. B-Force will be available in 32 classic Gatorade flavors like lemon lime and strawberry barbecue. Guys?
Cool story, Wellesley. None of that beef for me, though. Don't want anything soaking up this drink. You should try it. We should drink it together. You should be there, and we'll all have drinks.
Mark, you really should eat something. Real energy comes from food.
Suggestion noted and ignored. Down a little bit of cough syrup earlier to steady myself. Feeling weird, but I'm feeling good. Quick breather for us, but later, Bedlam in Ann Arbor as Michigan has stormed the court after a huge 4-point halftime lead over Ohio State. Teleprompter says that next line is for you, but I am going to take it anyway. We're boring through 50,000 feet of sports shale, scheduled to hit a deposit of clean natural sports in T-minus 2 minutes. You don't want to be sleeping when we tap that vein because it's going to be exciting. SportsDome is coming right back, and it's going to do that soon. Did that look cool? Did it look cool?
Before Transformers. Before Transformers 2. One show defied the laws of physics with the most outrageous, expensive, and loudest explosions ever attempted. SCTV is on the air. Weekends on Comedy.
May the good Lord take a liking to you and blow you up real good.
There were fireworks, Larry, actual fireworks.
I don't know why we had to reenact it.
Either you love them,
This is my friend Connie. Did you guys meet?
We did.
or you hate them.
Don't leave me alone with the hairy guy.
But you can't live without them. I saw the two of us sitting on our front porch, our clothes drying on the line.
You guys aren't gonna have a dryer?
Mad Love, an all-new series.
Are you happy with your beard?
You happy with yours?
Premieres tomorrow at 10 on Comedy.
When you bake the perfect biscuit, you celebrate. New McDonald's Buttermilk Biscuit Sandwiches. Baked fresh every morning.
I've never been on an airplane before.
Well, you'll do awesome.
Cedar Rapids is the surprise comedy hit from the Sundance Film Festival.
This is party headquarters.
Shots, let's do them.
Discover the freshest new comedy of the year.
Timbo, what are you doing? I made love to a woman. She's not that pretty and her mouth tastes like cigarettes.
Cedar Rapids.
If you want to survive in this business, you got to dance with the tiger.
How do you make the tiger dance?
Show him a little teat.
I don't even want to know.
Super awesome.
The biggest moments in sports live here. TSN brings you the thrill and excitement of the best events in the game. We take you deep inside the action with the most comprehensive sports coverage in Canada. We are your #1 source. Connected 24 hours a day, anytime, anywhere you are. This is where your game, your passion comes alive. TSN, Canada's sports leader since 1984.
Welcome back, Domers. Fell asleep there over the break, so I chugged on a double-sized monster blast of the Bulls milk, cut it with some black coffee, so I got my fourth wing going, but I am seeing in shades of purple right now, getting some palpitations, but no pain, so it is all good.
Probably not all good, Mark. Got a whole lot of toxins flowing through your system right now.
I'm about 50% numb, and all I'm feeling is just some straight-up thrills for some Sports Now.
Unfortunately, we're just being told the situation over at Bixby Downs is taking a turn for the worse. David Marlette, what can you tell us?
Guys, some very tragic news here. It appears Rocky Top is infertile.
Oh, no.
Veterinarians had been tirelessly masturbating the horse and had collected about a quarter gallon of semen, but on-the-spot tests have revealed that Rocky Top has an equine venereal disease that causes infertility.
Oh, that is just every professional horse breeder's nightmare, isn't
Total
it?
nightmare.
Absolutely. It is a heartbreaking day here for the Fieldings. You know, this horse had a bright future ahead of it, racing and raping female horses, and sadly, that's all gone up in smoke in one afternoon.
Very disappointing. Well, a lot of people will be masturbating their horses a little tighter tonight. Thanks, David.
You got it, guys.
Hey, a horse falls, but a new European star rises. Eli Manning's already a Super Bowl MVP, but he's finding even bigger fame across the pond.
Alyssa Lannon went to France to Pete Manning's new role of awkward film star.
Thanks, guys. Here in Paris, patrons of art house cinema are flocking to a 10-day festival on the highlight films of Eli Manning, which are seen as great works of tragic comedy. Manning's films received favorable reviews when cinema owner Jacques Vincent-Du got a hold of his 2009 season highlights and began showing them as a short before the popular French film Entre les Murs.
I see this footballer, confused, bumbling, the meek clown of the sporting field, and I had to share him with the world.
Popular French critic Raphael Morel reviewed the highlights in French magazine L'Avant-Scène. He wrote, "In Eli, we find the body of a wolf and the head of a puppy. His travesty transcends this simple game of violence." Along with other critics, filmmakers, and university professors, Morel helped arrange a festival and symposium to study and celebrate his works.
I love to see his face after he throws an interception. It is there that you see he will never understand.
Eli is like a grown babe, learning nearly as quickly as he forgets.
The festival will conclude with a screening and discussion of his most popular film, Super Bowl 42, in which Morel writes, Eli becomes both laughingstock and champion, his greatest accomplishment a throw trapped against a man's head. From Paris, France, this is Alyssa Lannon.
Thanks, Alyssa. Nope, don't know why anyone even bothers to go to France, though. Paris Hotel in Vegas, same vibe, better slots.
I think I'm turning gray right now. Is that true?
All right, Shep Man, we're going to get you through this. Just hang in there and get ready for the sledgehammer herself, the one and only, the incomparable Miss Kathy Sledge, who's about to launch a new era in OSN history. It's the first ever performance of OSN for the love of sport eternal. Please stand for your sports channel's anthem.